Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the subset problem. Actually the people find it really tough, but once you got the approach, it is a simple, very simple once you are done with the approach. So let's see like what's the question. So in this particular problem they are asking that subset sums. So once you find all the subset, then sum is a really simple task. So first of all what they are doing, for example you are given a list, right? So you will be first finding out the sum. So just to find the sum, you initially you need to require the first of all what are the elements in that particular subset, right? So it is 2 3. So what will be the subset? It will be 0 2 3 and 2 comma 3, right? So totally it will be having 4. So yeah, like 0 2 3. Now I will be just discussing how to just find out the subset. So let's see with this particular figure. So for example, consider you are having the ABC as your value. Now one of the most important thing that we have to do is that we have to take a approach like take it and leave it. Like you have to take this particular as a just by heart this particular thing while solving this particular problem like subset 1. So in this you have to take the two values, like either take it or don't take it, don't take, right? So like you will be taking the consider this as a we are finding out the sum. So initially we will be taking a as a value, and in the other case we won't be taking the a, right? And then coming to the b. Now in this case we will be taking b, and in this case we won't be taking the b, right? And in this case we'll be taking b. So b and this one is a null, so after all we'll be getting the b, and in this I won't be taking the b, so it will be the after all null only. Now coming to the value c, right? In the c we will be taking in the first case and we won't be taking the second case. Similarly for the this one also, here you can see I am taking the c, but here I am not taking the c. Similarly for here as well as the here. So in the bottom one, this particular bottom, as you can see, we are taking the total subset, right? Once we got the subset, so like to find the sum, it's really easy task, right? So similarly what we will be doing here, like we will be similarly finding out the this particular stuff, like we will be finding out the total what are the subset. So once you got the subset, then you can go with the sum problem. Now you can see like they have given the expected time complexity as a 2 to the power n. So exactly 2 to the power n is given, so we can go with the recursion approach, because you can see we are taking the we are like we in every case we are having the two approaches, right? Either like you will be taking or you won't be taking, like two conditions they are arising, right? So at every value of n, what is the n? Actually n is the number of elements in that particular subset, right? So over here the value of n equals to 1, here value of n equals to 2, here value of n equals to 3, right? And this is the stopping criteria. Actually like the value when it becomes equals to 3, then we have to stop right over there. So basically we are having total 8 subset possible. So by looking at that particular time complexity 2 to the power n equals to 3, so we are getting the values at 8 only, right? So this is the about the time complexity. Now let's simply jump to the let's see the code. So initially this was the default one, like they have given this particular function and we have to fill it, this return the vector of the sum, right? Initially 2 3 was given, so we have to return the as a 0 2 3 5. Now how it came, because like in the subset we are having a null. For the null the value comes to be 0, and for the like these discrete values like 2 and 3, so these are the as it is taken as it is, and then we have taken the subset of a length 2 like 2 3, and then when we add 2 3 we'll be getting the values of 5. So like we have taken the first of all find out the like subset, and then we just taken the sum of it. So what we have done over here, we have initialized the vector as globally, because we will not passing to this particular function, we will just accessing this thing globally. So what we have done, first of all, just reinitialize like as a empty, and then call this, then just call this particular function, that is recursion. Then what I'm doing, I'm just passing this value as a 2 3 over here also, and the value as a n, and this is a 0 0. Now this 0 0, what they are actually, so first one is the sum and second one is a p. Actually p is the index, right? So initially we'll be starting with the index p, that is 0. So as we have discussed earlier, like while finding out the subset, we have to just remember one thing, either take it or leave it, right? So what we are doing over here, so you can see I'm just taking the recursion, I'm passing the same array as well as the n. This is the same in all the cases, but here you can see I'm just taking the sum, right? So I'm just taking the sum and array of p. Now in this case I'm taking the value as a 2, right? But in this case I'm just leaving it, right? So in the recursion, here the sum initially it would be 0 because we are passing 0 over here. Now when it comes over here, now we'll be adding array of p, that is array of 0. So the sum plus 2, it will finally be 2 only, and we are incrementing the index, now p plus 1, right? Okay, and in the second case, here we are having the approach as a leave it, right? So it should be a leave it. Okay, now in this case I'm not adding anything, simply I'm just incrementing the index. Now this is the most important, that is the stopping criteria which would be required during the recursion, right? Because once you just incremented this particular stuff, so you have to, it will go in the recursion again, right? So let's see, like now sum will be, in this case sum will be 2, right? And p will be equal to 1, right? Now it will come in the recursion loop. Now it will check that p equals to n. No, it's not, because p is equals to 1 and n equals to 2, right? We are having 2 3 as a value. So it will come over here again. Now it will just take the second value, like 3. It will be adding the 3. So now the sum will be 5, right? And in this case the sum would be, initial sum would be 3 only, and we are not adding anything, but we are just incrementing the value as a 2, right? Here also value would be 2 only, right? And it will just go in the recursion loop again. So for this particular stuff, the recursion loop would be, here the stopping criteria met, right? Here like p equals to n, because p equals to 2 and the number of elements equals to 3. So what it will do, it will just appending the v dot pushback, that is it will be appending the values of 5 in it. But for this particular stuff, the value would be 3 only, right? Sum would be sum would be 2 only, right? So it will just come over here and it will just append it, right, for the p equals to 2. Now similarly you would be getting the value as a 0 as well as the 3 also, right? So once you just find it, like once you got appended these values in the vector, what we are doing, we are just sorting, because they are asking you to just output should be printed in the increasing order of their sums. So I'm just sorting over here, and let's submit it. Yeah, it is successful. So this was the recursion approach. If you want the brute force approach, then comment below. Thank you guys.